Good afternoon, everyone. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. Mama duck's eggs I was expecting to hatch today, but I haven't noticed any ducklings come out. I mean, they could all be under her, so it's a bit hard to tell, but we should have ducklings soon. The other ducks, the one in there is still doing well. She's still sitting on her eggs. Those three are still living in the pool. They really, really like it. And they don't really like the Drake all that much. I got two little bantams that I'm babysitting for somebody, well, chicken sitting. So I've put them with Mr. Cuddles while Matthew's chicken is broody. Let's check on her. Oh, and this is the garden that I planted the other day. I think the ducks tried to get the pineapple, so I've put a new barricade there up for them. So hopefully they'll leave the pineapple alone. Goats ripped it out the other day. My gardens don't have a lot of luck. They get either eaten by ducks or goats or something. Oh, and I picked up a couple of mulberry trees. I've got one, I've planted one. And I got some pandana as well. I've put one of them in the aquaponics. I've got to decide where to put these ones because they're a tropical plant, but they like full shade basically, so they don't like any sun. Where's the pandana? There's the pandanas. See, I picked up 3 mulberry trees that were cuttings from last year, so they've got a reasonable root structure. I'm thinking if I tie back this shade cloth to the actual shed, then I could use this area down here as my little nursery area, which is what I'm doing at the moment anyway. It's just it's going to be getting too much sun. During winter this gets no sun at all, so it's probably going to be an ideal spot for a nursery section. And considering I got the 90% shade cloth up here, I may as well just pull it closer to the shed and call that protected. And hopefully they grow nicely. So all my little plants in here are doing quite well. Got lots of macadamia seedlings, so really pleased on that. I need to actually plant them out into one pot each. My lemongrass that I separated the other day is doing well. I actually took a few of those out and planted them down with some trees earlier. Pardon me. Matthew's chicken is still on her eggs, so that's going well. She's obviously gotten up and had something to eat, which is also good. I'm not too concerned about her water. She's got some water in there, but she won't drink much while she's broody. But we'll keep on top of that. So yes, I've been chaining Mary up over here every afternoon while I milk my Bella, because she keeps jumping the fence if I don't. So she's been cleaning up in here a bit. I'm expecting a rather large amount of amaranth to come up over here because I've had lots of seeds. And Mary's done a lovely job of cleaning up a lot of stuff in here. Unfortunately, my tomato plant looks like it's died off completely, which is really unfortunate. I would have liked to have gotten a cutting from it because it was a self-sown, it was a volunteer tomato, and it just produced and produced and produced. My biggest problem was I didn't have it all set up and organised nicely, so it kind of was just everywhere and I couldn't get to everything. But yeah, so Mary's been cleaning that up nicely. Something has been eating my pigeon pea seeds, which I'm really not happy about. I was looking forward to getting a heap of pigeon peas so I could plant them, and most of them have all been eaten. There might be one, no, there's not even one seed in that one. So really quite disappointed, because I've been waiting for them to dry out, and that one's pretty much ready now because you can crack open the shell, but it's got no seeds left because something's eaten them, which is really frustrating. I did spot a caterpillar, but I wouldn't have thought a caterpillar would have done this much damage. But yes, something's been getting in. Oh, so you know what the seeds look like. They're a lot better when they've dried out more, but I've got a couple here. Yep, lost one on the floor. So that's the pigeon peas. These are a fantastic nitrogen fixer. So pick up that one that I just dropped. A really, really good nitrogen fixer. And obviously something else really enjoys eating them, which is really quite disappointing. My lemon myrtle's not doing all that well. Well, no, it's just not doing anything really. So I can't say it's not doing well, it's just not doing anything. Which it may not get enough water over here. It may not get enough, it might get too much shade from the pigeon pea. It could be any number of reasons. This might just not be the right ideal situation for it. Or it might just be a slow grower. And it got chopped off too, the goats. Ah, the goats. They actually got in through there, so I had to reinforce it. My cassava seems to be recovering after the goats ate it and it didn't have enough rain. So pleased with that. My passion fruit in here is doing really, really well. I'm really pleased with this. It's obviously really liking the environment here, which is odd because it gets completely and utterly ignored. Looks like I've got at least one Queensland spinach there. So hopefully this will create some really good shade soon for the ducks. Because otherwise all I've got is the tobacco plant, which I really would have liked to have chopped down completely by now, but I haven't got enough shade for the goats, for the ducks. But getting on to what I actually got done today, I'm totally wrecked. It really did. I probably did a little bit too much. And not only that, I did it at the wrong time of the day. I was foolishly out in the middle of the day. I should know better. I do know better. Oh, I've got some bamboo growing there too. See, it came up underneath the macadamia tree as well. So I don't quite know how it got under there. So whether or not a branch of the bamboo was chopped down and put there or not, I don't know. But yeah, I got some of my trees planted, which will hopefully grow up. Hopefully they'll grow fairly quickly and create some lovely shade for the goats. Well, not just shade, but also forage. Because goats really do prefer to be browsing. So this is a moringa cutting. I didn't actually notice whether it had any roots when I put it in there, but I'm hoping, and the person I got it from said if it doesn't grow that he's more than happy to give me some more cuttings. So that's really good. So I've got one Oya there. I've got an Oya up there next to I think it's a weeping lily pilly. I really can't remember what it was. It's a weeping something or other. But these should create some lovely forage for the goats, but also food for us. And I've planted, oh, and I put some lemongrass down there too. So I've got another Oya here and one of the mulberries that I picked up yesterday, plus some lemongrass. And I'm going to put some pigeon peas down there as well, because the pigeon peas will help to, look at those cracks. Oh, I had a whole heap of wood laying here, so that's why the grass isn't grown, but look at those cracks. We need more rain really badly. It's been a very dry year. Now this moringa, and that doesn't look like a moringa at the moment, but it is a moringa, and it actually had some fine roots on it, so I'm really excited about that. And that lemongrass was just that when I chopped it off, and it's got another lemongrass coming off the side of it, so I'm really pleased about that. So now I didn't dig the holes for these, but I did have to move all the mulch because the mulch was in piles up there, and I had to move the mulch a fair way. I had to walk backwards and forwards from the tap all the time so they could fill the Oyas up. I also watered the holes. Oh look, Mary jumped the fence. I'm going to have to be a lot more careful to make sure the goats don't get in here now. because otherwise they will just gobble these up. I'm pretty sure I've planted them far enough away so that the goats can't reach them. I'm going to have to go get the lead and put her on the chain soon, otherwise she will get to my new trees. It should be very bad. She'll just gobble that mulberry up completely. I was working on getting the tarp off this thing. This used to be the side for the cover that was over the pool. And there's not much on it, but I need to get it off it. And the last one that I planted was a lily-pilly. It's looking a bit sad because I got it ages ago and it's dried out a few times. I've got heaps of new growth on it though since I've been regularly watering it. So I've got it and some lemongrass and an Oya. I'm going to put in some pigeon peas. I mean, I really should dig down to get to the dirt and put them in there, but I'm being a bit slack at the moment because I'm absolutely wrecked. I really am. So the lily-pillies are a really nice bushy, hedgy type thing, and I'm hoping it's going to create a little bit of wind protection as well as some shelter, because lily-pillies will get to a fairly big tree as well. So I've got 3 lily-pillies. I probably should put another hole there for the lily-pilly, because that's probably about a good distance actually. I don't know. And I'm going to put some of the not mangoes, the mulberries down there further. But that's what I did today. So basically what I started off with was Tyler had dug some holes for me. So he dug one for the Oya and one for the tree. Now the Oya's hole's a bit too deep, so I had to fill it in a fair bit. And the pile of mulch was a little bit further away than that with the others. So it was a fair bit of work to actually, I mean, for most people it wouldn't be, but I'm still recovering from being quite unwell. And I really, really appreciate Tyler's work in helping with digging these holes. He's been such a good help. I really appreciated his help because I wouldn't have gotten this done. I wouldn't have gotten as much done as I did, even closely. So I put some soil conditioner stuff at the bottom of the holes. I poured a bucket of water in there as well, just so that the ground was fairly moist, and it's got the Oya, so, which I'll leave a link in the description or a little card thing up there with a link to the videos on the Oyas. It's one of my little strategies for trying to cope with the dry weather and limited rainfall that we've been getting lately. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've been up to today. So I've still got a heap more trees to plant. I really need some more holes. I'm going to ask Tyler to put these holes in. I wasn't considering putting the lily-pillies here. Ideally I would have liked to have put the lily-pillies up the front, but I'm not going to get them watered. In all honesty, I am not well enough at the moment to be walking all the way up the front of the property with buckets of water to water lily-pillies. Maybe once the climate changes a little bit more and we go back to having our wet seasons and we at least have a reasonable amount of moisture in spring, then I'll consider it again. Yeah, while we've got the grand solar minimum around, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to wait and see how things go. Hopefully it doesn't take another cyclone to actually fix this. So I'm going to put a pigeon pea in down here. I mean, they may not grow all that quickly because at the moment I'm just sticking them in with the wood chips, not actually into the dirt, which I really should be putting them into the dirt. Dana's eager for dinner. Mary's very curious to know what I'm up to. She's like, ooh, what are you up to? Can I get to that mulberry tree? Can I eat that up? No, you can't eat my mulberry. So I know a lot of people say don't plant lemongrass in the ground because it'll just take over, but I actually want it to. I want it to take over because it's a really good forage for the goats. And I'm wanting to get a little Jersey cow. And until I've got more forage growing and more plants for them, I can't get a Jersey. I just can't do it. It's not fair. Although I have got some ideas. I'm looking at actually... Somebody's riding up the street being silly. I think they're actually standing on their seat. Really not a good idea to do that on a road. Oh, some people do the silliest things. Ah, he's got a wheelie happening now. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see him. Probably not. Ah, he's gone around the corner. It's being noisy and disturbing the peace and quiet around here. Oh, well. I like my peaceful environment. I really do. I have noticed that this area here where I've been feeding the goats their hay is actually doing really, really well. Oh, here we go. He's coming back. Do anything interesting? Hey, he's standing up. Anyway, so yeah, this part here is growing really well. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to sprinkle a heap of the grassy roads hay that the goats don't like. I'm going to might sprinkle that over the entire paddock, just to help be a little bit of a mulch for the grass, really. And yeah, I mean here it's mostly actually lucerne, but yeah, that paddock is just really, really sad. So you've got to come up with some solutions for that. Need to put more organic matter into that soil. Lots more organic matter. But haven't been able to access free wood chips because all the tree loppers around here know how much it's worth. And all the gardeners know to use it. So they do it free here. And the council, the city's tree waste, it gets sold to a company that then mulches it down and sells it. So there's no free wood chips here. Getting free carbonaceous material is very difficult. I mean, it's good to know that so many gardeners are using the wood chips and putting the organic matter into the soils, but I got to find other ways. So yes, hey, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so I've got my little oyas working, and I've got some trees planted, and hopefully, I'm hoping that I've got the oyas close enough. I'm not quite sure on what distance they water to. What I probably should do is in one of the holes that I haven't put a tree in down there, is pop an oya in the hole next to it and see how long it takes for the dirt just next to it to actually get wet. I might do that. But there's the update for today, and I better go grab Mary before she decides, I don't want to be in this paddock. I want to be at the milk stand. I'm going to jump the fences again. Because she's a naughty goat. Wait, she's not. She's a lovely goat, but fences are a suggestion and she doesn't believe in their suggestion. So she just jumps them. Which is a bit of a problem because Dana's perfectly capable of jumping them as well, especially if she wants to get back with the rest of the herd. But I'm running out of daylight again, as usual. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how much I got done today. It'd be nice to have this whole bed wood chipped. It'd probably be nice to even actually have that wood chip thicker than that. But it's a start, and these trees are quite young. And I don't want to stress them out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these ones go. This tree is actually a cutting from a tree that was a cutting from a 100-year-old mulberry tree. So, and apparently it produces beautiful fruit. So I'm really looking forward to these ones. But I've got 2 goats that are desperately going, come on, it's tucker time. So I better get going and get my chores done. So anyway, that's today's update. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. And to keep an eye on how these moringa cuttings go. I think I've had them for about a month now. That one definitely had some fine roots on it. I've just had them sitting in the aquaponics. Not the best place for them, but I couldn't think of where to put them when I first got them. I should have thought that through before I picked them up. Gavin's always telling me that I need to have the holes ready before I buy the trees. And he's right. He's absolutely right. But I still don't do it. Really. Oh, there is hope for me. I know there is. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there is hope. And if nothing else, we have fun. Oh, sometimes we have a lot more stress than is required. And mostly that's because I get things that I'm not ready for, which is why all those plants are sitting next to the shed waiting to be put into the ground. Because I haven't decided where I'm putting them. Like, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the macadamia nuts. I've got a lot of macadamia nuts there. And I love the macadamia nut. We actually really, really love macadamia nuts. So I'd really love to have a macadamia orchard. It's just a matter of where do I put it. And I'm not sure, because this area, because down here all floods. And when it does flood, it stays underwater for about 3 or 4 days. I've got to be careful what plants I plant there. So, yes. Anyway, I got to get these goats organised. Have a great one. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. Remember to like and subscribe to keep track of what's happening and to watch the moringa trees grow. I try to put up videos regularly, but hit the notification bell so that you get a notification when it comes. And check out the boys. These little guys were born in February, I think. So they're about 7 months old now. They're Marbella's boys. That's Davy, and that's Goliath. Davy's probably my favourite, and I'm considering actually making it so Davy's going to be one of our breeding goats. Not quite sure what to do with Billy. I mean, he's a lovely Saanen, lovely nature. But yes, not sure. Still thinking about that one. I would like to have some more big Saanen dairy goats like Dana, which I'm really happy with that she's had a little doeling. But I don't know if I'm wanting to keep Billy long enough for her to have to chance having another one, because it'd be at least 12 months before I put her back into kid again. I don't think it's good. It's probably not a good idea to keep him that long, because I'll probably use Davy with the other goats, because he's more of a meat breed. So, and he's got pretty colouring. He's got really pretty colours. But the sun's going down. I've got to stop talking. I've got to go get my chores done. Check out all the flowers on the mango tree. I'm not sure if you can see them. I'm looking forward to the season this year, just see what it brings. Depends a lot on the weather, but could be interesting. Lots of mango flowers. He's such a friendly buck. He really is. But anyway, any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. I've got to get to my chores. Bless you. Have a great day.